Hello there, everyone. It's Emily here, and a big welcome to this episode of the English Mastery Podcast. How are you all doing today? I hope you're having a nice time. Today, we're going to talk about something super useful: how to describe your home. You know, the place where you live. We often need to talk about where we live, right? Maybe you're at a job interview, talking to your parents, having a chat with a new friend, or even on a date. People often ask simple questions like, where do you live? What kind of place is it? Do you live alone? What's your favorite room? So today, let me tell you a little story about my first home in London. Okay, so when I was 23 years old, I moved to London. It was a big step for me, a really big change. I was just starting my independent life, living alone for the very first time. And also learning how to manage my money. You know, how to pay for things. Now, renting a place in London is not cheap, not easy on the wallet, especially for a young person who is just beginning their financial journey, their money story. I ended up renting a small apartment right under the roof of a big old building. The ceilings were slanted, not straight, and there wasn't much space. But it was quiet, warm, and it had lots of light. It was a one-bedroom flat. That means an apartment with just one room for sleeping, with a tiny kitchen, a very small place for cooking, and a bathroom. There was also a small living area, a little space where I could relax. At first, I had very little stuff, just one cup, one bowl, and a small frying pan for cooking. I remember buying my first set of plates and spoons at a second-hand shop, a shop where they sell things that people used before. They didn't all match, the plates and spoons, but I loved them. It felt like I was building my own little world, my own special space. Living alone was exciting, yes, but also difficult sometimes. I had to cook for myself, clean the flat, do my laundry, and pay the rent. I didn't really know where to buy cheap food that didn't cost a lot, or how to fix small problems in the flat if something broke. Sometimes I felt really tired and a bit confused. But I also felt proud of myself. Every small thing, from buying a mop to clean the floor to making spaghetti for dinner, felt like a little victory. People often ask me those questions we talked about earlier. Do you live in a house or a flat? I lived in a flat, another word for apartment. How many rooms are there? One bedroom, a kitchen, a bathroom, and a living room. Do you live alone? Yes, I did. And I learned a lot about myself. After a few months, I had a small housewarming party. Now, a housewarming party is a party you have when you move into a new home. It's like a first home party. I didn't have chairs, so my friends all sat on cushions on the floor. We ate cookies and drank tea, and maybe something a little stronger. We laughed a lot. It was simple, but it felt really special. That flat was small, but it was full of joy and happiness. At that time, I didn't have a lot of money, as I said. Renting a flat by yourself can be very expensive, but there is always a solution, you know? Many people choose to share a flat, live in an apartment with a friend or a flatmate, someone you share an apartment with. That way, you can split the rent and the bills, the money you have to pay, and it's much more affordable. It doesn't cost so much. I was lucky to find a small apartment on my own. But I knew that sharing is a good option too, especially in big cities. You know, when I think about my first little flat in London, it wasn't just about the furniture, the bed, or the small table. A home, your place, it changes, doesn't it? It becomes something more when you share it with someone, even a little furry friend. And that's what happened to my small apartment. After living there for about a year, I decided to get my first pet. It was a cat. His name was Oliver. Oh, Oliver was a special cat. He was small, with very soft black fur, and he had big green eyes. He was a little bit shy at first, but he loved to play. He loved chasing little toys around the living room, and he always found the sunniest spot by the window for his naps, his little sleeps. Having Oliver in my small flat really changed everything. Suddenly, the apartment didn't feel so empty anymore. When I came home after work, even if I was tired, there was always someone waiting for me. Oliver would come running to the door, making little happy noises. It was such a nice feeling, knowing that someone was there, happy to see me. Before Oliver, coming back to my flat was just coming back to a place with my things. But after he arrived, it truly felt like coming home. It was a place where someone was waiting, where there was warmth and a little bit of noise and lots of love. Even a small, simple flat can become a real home when you share it with a friend, even if that friend has soft fur and likes to chase string. So think about your home. Maybe it's just you there now, or maybe you share it with family or friends, or maybe even a pet. It's more than just walls and furniture, isn't it? It's about the feeling, the people or animals who make it special. Do you like it? What do you like the most about it? Maybe it's your bed, or your balcony, or even just a big window with lots of light. Talking about your home is not only useful when someone asks you, it also helps people understand who you are, a little bit about your life. Thank you so much for listening today. Next time someone asks you, "Where do you live?" you'll know exactly what to say. See you next time, and don't forget to smile when you talk about your home. It's a part of your story. Thanks so much for listening to the English Mastery Podcast. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. Until then, keep practicing your English and have a wonderful day.